been an Iron Man. Fractured thumb, bad knee, and all the rest. But how do you play through this?
I have no idea how Brett Favre is going to do it. Yesterday when we talked to him, he had so much spirit and energy, and he felt so good. I mean, about his team and about what they were doing and what they were going to do. And then a couple hours later, he hears that his father dies, and there's no roadmap for this. There's nothing that you said, this is a right way to handle it, this is a wrong way to handle it, this is how you do it. This is something that has to shock you, and how Brett Favre is going to be able to handle this, I have no idea.
And they never look back in defeating Baltimore. 3rd down and 11. Favre has time. Favre going deep, and the ball is caught on the run by Robert Ferguson, who got behind Philip Buchanan. The coverage was pretty good, and the pass was perfect. 46 yards.
And that was against a dime defense. And it's interesting, we're talking to Brett Favre yesterday.
In rushing defense. And Favre throws, and that is caught by Wesley Walls for a touchdown. The long-time tight end, one-time 49er across the bay. A beautiful pass and a great catch by Walls. And Brett Favre, playing under intense emotional duress, comes out and leads an 80-yard touchdown drive. The 45-yard line. Tony Fisher, who plays a lot on 3rd down, comes into the game. The Notre Damer in the backfield. And they flip it to him, and he has some blocking. And Fisher is able to scramble free inside the 30 to the 22. 32 yards on a 3rd down and 12. And now Favre, who was 5 for 5 for 105 yards, is 6 for 6 and a touchdown to Javon Walker.
Holy moly.
Whoa,
this
boy.
guy is something.
Well, on a night like tonight, this has to be the greatest place in the world for Brett Favre to be. Therapeutic, on the field, playing football. Right now, he is on fire. Brett Favre, 6 for 6 for 128 yards. He's now all alone in 2nd place behind only Dan Marino. And the Green Bay Packers lead 14-0 in Oakland.
Relationship, a high school coaching relationship, a father relationship, and it was so strong that you don't know how you handle those things, but he's doing it because he's Brett Favre.
3rd down and 11, and he slings it perfectly into the arms of Donald Driver and takes that to the 19-yard line. So 3rd and long, no problem. He is 9 of 9 for 183 yards. Here's a 3rd and 9. Favre slings it to the outside, and the catch is made inbounds by Robert Ferguson. Another great grab right in front of the Raider bench at the 42-yard line, worth 27 yards. And if they're going to challenge, they had a perfect view of it because it's right in front of the Oakland bench.
And it's also right in front of Philip Buchanan again. If you say, who are they going to work on? Look at the Packers are going with no huddle, so they can't challenge.
And the Packers made sure, but hold on. It's possible Callahan did get the flag down or buzzed Parenti beforehand, and that will be the case. So 11 of 12 for 211 for Favre. And Oakland is assessed a timeout because of the unsuccessful challenge. And Favre going deep into double coverage, and it is caught by Javon Walker in front of 2 Raiders for a touchdown. 43 yards and a 254-yard first quarter and a half for Brett Favre. Unbelievable.
Look, Brett Favre just throws this one up.
And Brett Favre, on a whipsaw night in a game that has to be as tough as any he's ever played, leads by 17. Maybe he just misstated what he was looking at. 1st down from the 48-yard line. Favre again into a lot of traffic, and how in the world does Javon Walker make that? Double him, triple him, nothing matters.
And Brett Favre immediately calls timeout.
305 yards in the first half for Brett Favre. 305. And Javon Walker, their 1st-round pick in 2002, having a monster night. And that pass is caught by David Martin, and he gets into the act with a touchdown. 4 touchdowns, 311 yards. you bring this script to a studio and they throw it out. I mean, this is like fantasy, like ridiculous fantasy. 311 yards for Brett Favre, 4 touchdowns. Here we go again.
Okay, you talk about having a hot first half.
Well, here it is statistically, 311, the most in his career. And now, I mean, Brett Favre, who will go through every emotion over the next 48 hours. We understand he's going to fly back to Green Bay and Gate Bridge. 3rd down and 8. Favre is going to launch this one. And in between 2 defenders is Donald Driver to haul it in.
And they have pretty good coverage. They're just misjudging the ball. Brett Favre is having one of those nights.
And take a look at that. The rating is the highest of his career. 158.3 is perfect. He's 154.9. And the night for him began on this very first drive. An 80-yard drive culminated with a Wesley Walls touchdown reception. Javon Walker for the 2nd touchdown. Under pressure, Favre throws again and finds Walker. And then before the half is done, a little swing out to David Martin, the tight end. 4 touchdowns, 22 of 30, 399 yards.
You know, I think in a dictionary, when you have the word competitor, you ought to just put his picture.
Minnesota, Seattle, and Green Bay in this little triangle right now, and 2 of the 3 will go to the playoffs. With all the permutations, we talked about those, but this night will be remembered for Brett Favre. The AutoTrader.com postgame show coming up next from Oakland.